Hey there.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm not bad. I'm Tamello.
Hi there.
I'm just here for the interview.
Oh, sure. Why don't you just have a seat right here?
Okay.
Can I offer you a coffee or water at all?
Water will be fine.
Okay. Josh and Chance will just be right in to interview you.
Thank you.
Hi,
Oh, hey there.
Josh Foster.
Tamello.
Chance Regan.
Good to meet you guys.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So how's your day going?
Can't complain. It's been a good day. Yeah, it's a pretty good day so far.
Are you from around here, or did you just
I actually just moved here about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you liking it?
I like it. Pretty good. Came here I've heard the winter is going to be pretty brutal, but so I'm not looking forward to that. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it should be okay.
All right, so we're just gonna ask you a few questions and see if you fit.
Okay.
All right. So to give you a quick overview of what we're gonna do here at our company, we're an accounting firm looking for an accounts receivable clerk. This person will be patient, focused, and detail oriented. Do you think this describes your personality in any way?
I think it describes me perfectly, and yeah, I do.
Awesome. So our first question is an easy one. Can you tell us about your last job and how you think your experience there will relate to this position?
Okay, well, I feel like my two last jobs, I did two sales jobs. So I feel like those two jobs really taught me how to deal with difficult people and taught me a lot of patience and taught me how to balance my time. And yeah, I'll definitely go over that as the interview goes on, go into more detail.
Okay, so did you ever have to deal with a difficult client? And if so, what did you do to alleviate the situation and keep the customer happy?
Oh yes, definitely dealt with a lot of difficult clients. Could you just repeat that question for me?
Did you ever deal with a difficult client? And if so, what did you do to alleviate the situation and keep the customer happy?
Okay, yeah, I actually worked, about a year ago, I worked for a phone company, so did a lot of phone sales, and so with that job, you get a lot of different types of personalities coming through and different people with different types of lifestyles who are requiring different things from a phone plan, and so with that job, I really had to know my stuff well. I had to know my phone companies and phone reception, places where you get good reception, so those one particular time, I had a young gentleman who, yeah, he was actually a salesperson as well. He travels around Canada a lot, particularly more in Saskatchewan, and so he was looking for a phone plan that suited his lifestyle, that gave him Canada-wide calling because his family lives in Alberta. He was in Saskatchewan most of the time. And so, yeah, we discussed through a number of phone plans, and he just could not make up his mind about what he wanted. And so, yeah, so I had to go through the phone plans 2 or 3 times with him to figure out exactly, to make sure he understood exactly what I was trying to say. And by the end of it, we were able to find a phone plan that suited his needs. And I talked to him actually about a month after he came and saw me, and he was happy. And yeah.
What was your biggest mistake and what did you learn from it?
My biggest mistake, with the second job I mentioned, I had, it was a door-to-door selling job. We sold water systems. So yeah, it was a fun job, I liked it. And, am I repeating your question, please?
What was your biggest mistake and what did you learn from it?
Biggest mistake, right. Yeah, there was one time I went through my whole sales pitch. So how the job worked is I go to a house, I'd have an appointment with them, and I'd go through a whole presentation, show them exactly where the water was sitting health-wise, and try to convince them to get for a healthier alternative, which was a system we sold. And it was my second show I ever had. And so I was really excited, you know, and by the end of the show, the presentation I had, they wanted to buy the system. And so I went through everything with them really quickly. Wasn't paying much attention to detail. And so I actually gave them the system for 0 down, which was standard with the plan that we gave them, and no interest for 6 months. So yeah, once the installation man came to their house after the sale was all done, he went through their plan with them one more time and figured out that I'd given them no interest for 6 months, and they didn't want the system. So through that situation, I learned to really, you know, pay attention to detail, and I actually had to go back to the house to redo the show, and they still wanted the system, thank goodness. So yeah.
Awesome. So could you describe a time where you found a creative way to overcome an obstacle?
Creative way. With that situation I just talked about, I had to overcome. You know, obviously, I was a little butthurt. My ego was a little hurt. The fact that they didn't want the system after, so I had to overcome that with, you know, just being patient and understanding that this person is making a very important decision for them. It's a lot of money they have to spend, and it's a big investment. So I had to just be really patient with them and make sure I go over everything thoroughly with them before they make this big investment. So yeah.
As an accounts receivable clerk, there are many deadlines to meet. Can you tell me about a time when you had a deadline to meet and how you managed it?
Okay. Yeah. With both the jobs I mentioned, I had to make weekly goals in sales, and you're working off commission. So most of the time, well, all the time, how it works is if you don't make sales, you don't get paid. So the more people you present to, the more people you see, the more clients you have, the chances are higher that you're going to make any money. Let's say if you have 5 clients in a week and none of them buy, you don't see any money that week. But if you have 20 clients and 5 of them buy, you see some money. So, you know, I really learned to, you know, prioritize my clients and make sure I was really on top of things.
Right, so oftentimes when we're approaching the end of a month, we have to rush to meet deadlines. This has resulted in mistakes causing us to redo procedures and lose a couple clients. Tell us how you work to improve this.
Okay. Yeah, with that particular situation, I had to actually, like I mentioned before, be more attentive to detail. And as far as things I did to, I guess, overcome those types of things, it takes, you have to prioritize your clients. So with the water job that I had to figure out where these clients I was trying to sell to lived, the type of water they had, the lifestyle they had, the job they had, how old they were, because most of the time if it's a young family with young kids, they usually care about health. If they're older, if they're 90 years old, they've been drinking this water their whole lives, they don't care. So, but I still had the odd older people that would still buy the system, but I'll usually do those type of shows last. So I prioritize my clients to make sure that people that were good clients, people who I actually stood a chance in selling to, I do those shows first, and then other clients last. And it also helped me make sure I hit my weekly goals of 20 shows a week. So I had to do about 3 or 4 shows a week. I was in a home for about 2 hours. So yeah, it definitely taught me a lot of patience as well. And yeah, I feel like that's a skill that no one can take away from me, and I can use in any industry. Yeah.
What would be your biggest concern dealing with team-oriented tasks, if any? And what would you do to overcome it? And how?
Okay. Team-oriented tasks. With team-oriented tasks, the hard thing sometimes is just when you work with people, it's hard to, you have a standard of work that you expect for yourself, and you expect everyone else to be up to that standard, and sometimes they're not. So trying to be understanding, trying to learn how to give constructive criticism, you know, and building relationships with people so you can get to that point in your relationship where constructive criticism is accepted. And so yeah, I think that would be definitely the biggest challenge is just, I'm a perfectionist and I try to make sure everything's done well the first time, and just from the experience I've had, it's taught me to, you know, just get things done right the first time. I don't have to do it a second time. So working with other people, trying to be a leader and trying to lead by example and not show them how to do it, but I do it with them. So yeah.
Alright, so what are some key things that make you stand up from the rest of our candidates? Why should we hire you?
I feel like from prior experience that I've had, it sets me apart because I don't know if you guys have ever done a door-to-door sales job, but it is a rigorous job, and I feel like working in this sort of industry, you deal with a lot of people, and from sales, I was in 2 to 3 homes a week, 2 to 3 homes a day, excuse me, and so it really teaches you how to handle all sorts of people, like I mentioned before, and it's taught me a lot of skills, like patience, keeping up to tasks, making sure things are done right, prioritizing, things like that. And I just feel like I have those things for life, and it sets me apart from most people because, yeah, most people just haven't really done a job like that. And I just feel like naturally the type of person I am, it sets me apart, as you guys can probably tell. So, yeah.
Awesome. It was nice to meet you, and thanks for coming in today. We are interviewing one other person.
Okay.
We'll let you know by Friday.
Awesome.
Do you
Well,
have
thank you
any-
guys so much for the opportunity for this. Yeah.
Did you have any questions or concerns?
No, I think everything went well.
All
So
right.
I'm excited to get started.
Alright,
Yeah.
thanks for coming.
Thank you.